Hello, everyone. This video is for the end of week one. Today is Thursday. It's right after my office hours. So this video is going to deal with three things that I've got them written down this time. Some missing assignments from the introductory module, online notes and instructor notes, and the third thing that I want to discuss is due dates and sort of timelines. Okay. So the first one, missing assignments from the orientation module. For the most part, everybody did everything. There's a handful of you all that haven't done your mathematical biography. That's it. I am actually reading them. Okay. Some of you guys that haven't done that, and that's an easy sort of give me 10 points. Okay, so if you haven't done it, make sure you do sometime soon. Okay. That's it for just missing assignments. Online notes and instructor notes. So that's actually something that I want to share my screen with. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly. Bam. And I want to show you guys this right here. There we go. So hopefully some of everybody in here should know that we have a Canvas page for the class, right? And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, right here, the top right box, it says online course notes. So I'm going to click on the online course notes. That's going to open up a browser version of our online course notes. Now, everybody hopefully have seen that I fill in these notes, right? And then I make a video that's attached to it so that you guys can see me filling in the notes. And then at the very end, you guys have the video and the notes, right? Uh, so the things that I want to talk about in terms of the online notes is just instructor notes, right? How I provide feedback and all that stuff. The quick checks, right? And some trig resources that I put up. Okay. So first of all, let me get into the instructor notes. Okay. So hopefully you guys remember that over here, you have a menu on the left-hand side, right? The very first page is the syllabus, right? And then from there down, actually, let me do the trig resources first. So calculus and trig resources. Some of you guys probably don't remember your trigonometry. So I put this thing down here. It's a two-page thing. If you want, you can print it out and it's supposed to be a trifold. So you're supposed to be able to fold it up in three. Okay. Um, uh, keep this by you. We won't be using all of this trig, but we'll be using a fair amount of it. Okay. And it's just good to just have it on hand. If you don't need to print it out, if you're perfectly comfortable looking at this page on your computer screen, that's perfectly fine as well. Okay. Next is right below that, instructor notes. So I made four new pages in the instructor notes, and they're going to go based off of um, the chapters that we're going to be covering in the book. Okay. What I mean by that is these pages are supposed to be sort of, if you guys ask me a question and it's still really unclear, right? I will grab whatever you give me. If you give me anything that you started with, if you have any progress toward a problem, right? I will slap it on here and then add some comments on the end. It's much easier for me to do it this way instead of doing the email back and forth. And this is even better for people that, let's say you get stuck on something, right? Maybe somebody else had gotten stuck on it before and they've already asked the question. So you can come here and review the answers for those, okay? So that takes care of the instructor notes and the trig resources. And the third thing that I wanted to do, and this is the thing that I really wanted to touch on, is the quick checks. So if you guys remember in the videos and in the lecture notes, right? I put down everything, right? I filled out everything except for the quick checks, okay? And the quick checks I did yesterday, okay? So looking at everybody's discussions, right? The group discussions, I took a small collection of responses from all of you, and I put those as our notes, okay? So for example, this one right here, and hopefully you guys know that you can zoom in on the you can zoom in on the online notes, right? This is somebody's response from group one. This is somebody's response. This one right here is somebody's response for group three. Okay. Not always will they be correct, and I will point that out whenever that happens. I think it's I mean, if you can get it like I've said it in the past, right? Um, if you can get it right on the first go around, great. And if you can't get it right on the first go around, if you submit something that is incorrect, that's fine too. What tends to happen a lot is the biggest mistake or the biggest problem in calculus is that students, um, the calculus is great. It's the algebra that sucks. That's just how calculus goes. Okay. Calculus will really test your algebra. Okay. And I think I've said this before, right? It's just as good to do something correctly the first time, right? As it is doing it incorrectly, spotting your mistake, and then correcting it. It is just as good. Okay. So this is how I'm going to be providing feedback for the quick checks for everybody, and this is how I'm going to give the quick check answers to you guys for the remainder of the class. So I'm going to put down the solutions for some of you guys, and then I'm going to type some stuff. If I need to type up some stuff on the side, it'll be in blue. Okay. There's one more quick check down here, and that includes the graphy ones. So you guys remember this one had graphs on them, right? And there they are. They're the graphs. Okay. The only thing I won't be filling in, this is for you guys to do, right, is the lecture questions. Okay. All right. That is everything in terms of the lecture questions, or sorry, the online notes. The next thing that I want to bring up, and I'm going to go to the modules for them, is the due dates and the deadlines. This class is, and let me bring it up to where you can find it. Weekly content schedule. That's where I have it. So I put this up here, and it is the weekly content schedule of what I am. How would I say this? I guess it's a good pace for how to mostly finish this course in the least amount of stress possible. Okay. What do I mean by that? That unfortunately, this is a summer semester, right? We have only 6 weeks to do what a regular semester would do in 16, which means we are running about 3 times the pace. So about, right? I'd say what? 1 week for a summer is about 3.5 weeks on a regular semester. So we have to go this fast. Okay. The pacing that I have here in your modules is, like I said, it is the most spread out you can make it, given that we have to do this over an entire 6 weeks worth of stuff, right? So unfortunately, I know this is this is worrying for some of you. This is a calculus course, and this is a summer course, so we have to go this fast, which means you're gonna have to eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff for the next 6 weeks. Okay. Now, this is the pacing of the class, right? I've gotten questions about due dates and deadlines. Okay. So let me get into that. And I think this might be a little refreshing for everybody. Even though my due dates are matching what's on here on this pacing, right? I don't grade exactly after the due date. I do give about 2-3 days for people to turn in stuff. Okay, so for example, section 2.2, quick checks. They were supposed to be due on Monday, and I graded them all just today on Thursday. So I gave everybody that much of a leeway. Okay. Now, which brings me to how I handle the due dates. Because of Canvas, I need to put a due date on the assignments. Otherwise, I have to throw them all on one day, right? And I'm pretty sure that would stress people out. I'd rather provide a pacing, a healthy pace, rather than stress everybody out and grab all the assignments and put them on the very last day of the class. I think that also feeds a little bit of procrastination. Um, so uh, the due dates that are present on Canvas are only because I'm providing what I like to say, a healthy pace, right? Or a sign of satisfactory progress for you. Okay. I won't grade anything on the due date exactly, which means everybody has a little bit of grace, right? If you do finish everything based on this timeline, right, you're perfectly fine. You're you're making progress to keep you unstressed, right? Um, for those of you who are not on this pacing yet, okay, just know, right, that you're a little bit behind. I might grade something and you better have something turned in for that assignment, okay? Um, so just keep that in mind. I'm not going to be grading the course assignments to this document, to the letter. I do want to grant people some um, some leeway, okay, some grace. But like I said, this is a summer course. This is going to be very fast, and I have to grade stuff eventually. Okay. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Okay. Um, and that's it. That's all I had to do. Hopefully, everybody's week one ends up not too stressed out. Um, hopefully people have fallen into the course okay. Things are still not hopefully there isn't anything that's unclear, right? um no matter what now, I do still have my Zoom office hours, Monday through Thursday 12 to 2, and in particular on Tuesdays and Wednesdays I'm going to be in the math lab at the tutoring center on campus for those 12 to 2. Okay. So if you need somebody to shout out, talk to about this stuff, I'll be there. Okay. Besides that, that's it. If you have any other questions, please make sure to email me, and I'll see you guys around.